We got London on the trip.
Whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's that made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of hitters doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. The whole club. McLaren way too white to be shooting in the eyes. I'm sleeping good at night, see the door don't got no locks. To be spiteful, she best friends with the ops. And you need better stop. Standing on my money, dog. Please don't get the involved. Ain't nobody running off. Rules to the basics. I can't be no son-in-law. I can't take the summer off. I make it look good and all, but this is no vacation. All the goons, they respect me and I know it. Watch your words and your tone, you not a poet. My advice, please don't try to be heroic. Let me know they whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of hitters doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. I never had a mentor. Only one Scarface. I met her at a club. She twerk better when her heart breaks. Hey, hood, the one I wanna everything that I can. I'm praying for a Bentley and to never go to jail. I'm fresh up out the gutter, I don't know if you can tell. I'm hustling for everything I do for legacy. You can call me any type of day, my dog, I never sleep. The only rule I got is if we don't embarrass me. I write down my problems, then record it just for therapy. Just for clarity. Whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of hitters doing stadiums.
Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tonight, it's the final morsel in our Thanksgiving feast, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Green Bay Packers. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football, as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Norris. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Romeo Doubs, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. McKinnon, and he's going to have the Packers first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. The Packers at 8-2 on the year, and they come in as a team that looks like a well-oiled machine getting ready for the postseason. Winners of 8 of their last 10.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
49 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's McKinney. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 12 more yards there and another first down. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great effort there. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Packers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Carlson's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. First play's a run-to-run-to, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys that have a little extra pep in their step, you go to them early and often.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. A nice throw there for the first down. And this is a big moment for this young man under center. You know, he's had a few months now to get acclimated to life in the NFL, but you got to think a little extra pressure here, right, CD? I mean, you're getting the start on Thanksgiving in front of the national audience.
Especially since you and I both know he's watched this game since he was, what, 4, 5, 6 years old, and dreamed of playing in it. In fact, his family sent us some of those videos of he and his family in the backyard playing their Turkey Bowl games themselves. So now he's gone from the backyard to the big stage, and here he is.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Green. This one brought in by Jefferson. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as he's up past the 45-yard line. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Back to throw. Green. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Give left side here for Nwangu. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Back to Nwangu again on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
2nd and a couple. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2, Green. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. Joseph's got it, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's McKinney. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 45-yard line. 128 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Now a give, right side. McKinney. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Now a give, right side. McKinney. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been powering running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They'll run on 1st down. It's McKinney, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Norris. And it's a Packers touchdown. Jaden Reed with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers are able to widen their advantage. Carlson's extra point up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Green. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. He's to the 10, and into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick-6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Back to throw. Green. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Another run now for Nwangu. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a give, running left is Nwangu. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Let's go now.
Operating from the gun, Green. Steps away to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you definitely got to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Green. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Inside the 10. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Now Carlson for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Unable to corral him. He fights through. Running room at the 50. Look out. And finally, he's out of bounds. But how about that return? All the way inside the 20 and into the red zone.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Down inside the 10. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
Here we go. Shot.
They'll look to run with Nwangu. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. Handoff here to Nwangu. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
A 2-yard loss on the play. Brings up 4th and goal.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Greg Joseph for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Joseph is good. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he returns this to the 22.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready up.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Throwing to start the drive. Norris. Got his man, that's Luke Musgrave. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marking down at the 49. The final shot before break. Norris. And quickly, he just gets that ball out of there. Not quite sure what he was doing, and here comes the flag. They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Roll, roll, roll.
Now a give right side. McKinney. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Well, Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Porter. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down. Boy, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1.
I think in this situation, all you want to do is make sure your guys are set up front. No one jumps, no penalties. Sometimes you don't even call cadence, just go and pick it up.
Yeah, because it's on them. I mean, the quarterback's job's pretty easy there.
It really is. You talk about inches, just go get it.
Green on 1st down. That is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
An opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now a 2nd and 2. Operating from the gun, Green. And his throw here's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Green. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Vikings first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
First down, Vikings.
Green now on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Track 60. 19 tight. 19 tight. Warrior 70.
Back to throw again. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
He got 29 yards that time.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
On first down, it's McKinney. Down to the 42, second down. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4. And it was the Packers who won that game on the road, so they'll be trying to win the season series here at home in Lambeau. Second down at 6 now from the 42. They run the counter. It's McKinney. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 156 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They'll run on first down. McKinney. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
That'll be caught right side by Reed. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense, exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Cougar 19. Take go.
On third down, it's McKinney. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Carlson's extra point up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. To throw on third down, Green. That is caught, and he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays. But the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Buffalo 80. Buffalo 18. Go.
Looking to throw. Norris. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
19 Lions.
On 3rd down, Norris. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Look at the big fella go. Inside the 10. Touchdown. Luke Musgrave, 82 yards. And the Packers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Oh, good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6. Jefferson going to go in motion right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. For the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
We are headed to the fourth here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Fisher. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
There he goes, right side. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. 44 yards. And the Packers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Carlson's extra point up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Back at 60. 19 tight. 19 tight. Warriors 70.
Back to throw. Green. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. It's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A big play there for Minnesota. 46 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the give is Nwangu. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. 59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now a give running right, Nwangu. And this time he is in. Kene Nwangu. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may even turn into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Down inside the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Fisher, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Now a give, right side. Fisher. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, and what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense. Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game?
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
On for the field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Go, Lee, go. 70 rings. 18, Pioneer. Check go.
Looking to throw. Green. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll look to throw again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 35.
First down, Vikings.
Back to throw. Green. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Packers' 16-yard line.
Now Green to throw on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. On first down, they'll run with Luongo. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Handoff right side to Luongo. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
The extra point is good, but it only impacts the final score as this game comes to a close. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they play to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. I ain't got it, but they hands to the ceiling. I ain't palm reading, but I got them in they feelings, yeah. Ain't vanilla ice, but I'm iced out chillin'. Was the good guy till they made me the villain. Was gonna get a room, but they gave me a villa. I got Game Sports Center.